If you're in your 20s and living in Canada, budgeting probably feels impossible. Rent's insane, groceries are brutal, and somehow your paycheck disappears 3 days after payday. I've been there. But what if I told you that a simple budget with real Canadian numbers could change everything? Not just your bank account, but your stress level, your sleep, even your confidence. Let me show you how. I want to show you what this can look like if you're, let's say, 27 years old, living in Toronto, working full time, making 58,000 a year, which is actually close to the median income for someone in that age range, according to Stats Can. That comes out to around $3,600 per month after tax. So, what do we do with that? Let's build something realistic. Rent. If you're renting one bedroom Toronto, you're probably looking at 2,100 a month. If you have a roommate or partner and split a two-bedroom, you could get it down to about 1,300 each. Let's go with that, 1,300 for rent. Now you've got $2,300 left over. Utilities and phone around $100 for internet, $80 for phone, maybe $60 for hydro and heat, depending on your place. So let's say a total of 240. Now you're down to about $2,060. Groceries, realistic number is around $400 a month for one person. If you're not eating steak every night, that is. If you cook home most days, you'll be okay. Transportation, if you don't have a car, a TTC pass is $156 a month. If you do drive, insurance alone could be $150 to $250, not including gas and repairs. Let's stick with the transit and say $156. That brings us to $1,504 left over from your net pay after these expenses. Now, here's where most of us get tripped up. We think we're doing okay, but we forget about all the non monthly stuff: birthdays, gifts, haircuts, subscriptions. That one weekend when three friends all invite you out and suddenly you're spending $150 without blinking. So we have to build in a buffer. I call it the real life fund. Let's carve out $300 a month for that. You don't have to spend it all, but it gives you breathing room. So now we're at $1,204 left over. And this is where your future self either wins or loses: savings and debt. Here's what changed everything for me. I stopped thinking about budgeting as a restriction. I started thinking about it as a tool to buy my freedom. Think about it. It's freedom from stressing about your rent, freedom from that Sunday scary pit in your stomach, freedom to say no to things you can't afford without feeling guilt. So if you got $1,204 left at the end of the month, here's what I suggest: savings first, not last. So don't think of it, if there's anything left over, then I'll save. It needs to be first. Pay yourself first. Let's put $300 a month into a TFSA, high interest savings account for emergency funds within that, or low cost ETF, index fund, or mutual funds for investing for the longer term. That money grows tax free and it's yours. Emergency fund, travel, buying a car, even a future down payment for a house. Although there is a special account for that one specifically. Check out my FHSA, First Home Savings Account, video after this one. So now we're at $904 left over. If you've got student loan debt, aim to pay more than the minimum on that. Let's say you put $200 a month on that student debt. What do we have left over now? $704. All right, now we're in the choice zone. This is where your budget becomes yours. Maybe you want to take $100 a month and put it into an RRSP, registered retirement savings plan, to get a tax break next year. Maybe you want to start investing in an S&P 500 index fund. Maybe you're saving for a wedding or a solo trip to Italy. Whatever it is, if you've covered your needs, saved first, and planned for real life, you get to decide what to do with that extra $704 $4. And it doesn't have to be perfect every month. Some months you might save and invest more. Some months your cat might need an emergency surgery. The point is, you're in control. Let's take an example. Sam, she's 29, lives in Calgary, works as a graphic designer, makes about 55K. She used to feel like she sucked at money. She tried to track every cent and then gave up after a week and would order sushi to feel better. Then she made one tiny change. Every payday, she set up an automatic transfer, $150 to her TFSA tax free savings account and $50 to her fun. That's it. Now, 2 years later, she's got nearly $6,000 saved, hasn't gone into credit card debt once, and feels peaceful. Not perfect, just calm. That's what a real budget does. Not make you rich overnight, not force you into spreadsheets every Sunday. Just helps you sleep better. So, if you're in your 20s and living in Canada, start where you are. Use real numbers, build around your life. Don't copy someone on TikTok who lives rent free at home and tells you to save 80% of your income. You don't need a fancy app. You need honesty, a few automatic transfers, and a reason that matters to you. Start with a basic rule: spend less than you make, save something, even if it's just $50. And forgive yourself when you mess up. This is a lifelong skill. It's not about getting it perfect, it's about getting better 1 month at a time. If this helped at all, maybe gave you a bit of clarity or a nudge to look at your own budget, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment with your biggest budgeting challenge. I read every one. And if you want a Canadian budget template, head over to moneycoachgta.ca. Thanks for hanging out. Now go take care of your money because it's really about taking care of you.